Jonathan from Rain Brothers here with some quick tips on what to look for as you unbox your new Springer Series traditional cistern pumps. The first thing we're going to point out is that these traditional pumps come with a normally open float switch already wired into the pump motor itself. Now, you do not want to, as you're installing this, you don't want to leave this float switch just hanging from the cord, because this float switch works by the ball moving in an upright or lowered position, and you can hear there's a little metal ball inside here that rolls to make contact or open contact to create power to the pump. If you leave it in this position, it's a pretty wide swing before it turns on and before it turns off. So what we want to do instead is either get some tape, or what we prefer to do is get a series of zip ties, link them together, and we're going to use these zip ties to tether this float switch to the pump body. When you're tethering it, you want about 4 to 5 inches of cord between the tether point and the ball float itself. What this does is it tightens that up and down of the float switch by quite a bit, and it will just make for a nicer install. The second thing we're going to note is that this outlet, this discharge side of the pump, is capped. You're going to want to remove this black cap, and inside it looks like there's a plug in there that you'd want to remove. Actually, this is a built-in check valve that needs to stay just like that. This will prevent pressure from returning through the pump and emptying out into the cistern. So this check valve eliminates the need for another check valve downstream. So again, we're going to leave that in, and you can see that it does move up and down as water flows up, and then as it builds the pressure, it will close back down so that that pressure is held in the discharge line. You'll also notice that we have threading here. This is 1.25 inch female pipe thread. Now lastly, this is perhaps the most important thing to note as you're installing the cistern, pump. You'll want to check the box to see what voltage the pump is. We have this model in both 115 volt and 230 volt. So double check the sticker. This is a 2-wire 115 volt pump. And double check the sticker on the pump itself. 2-wire 115 volt pump. Make sure that that's the voltage that you ordered, and make sure that if it's a 115 volt pump, that you're supplying 115 volts to power the pump. If it's a 230 volt pump, make sure you're supplying 230 volts to power the pump. On both the 115 volt and 230 volt model, you're going to have a green, a black, and a white wire. For the 115 volt model, the black is going to be your hot, the white is going to be your neutral, and the green is going to be your ground. On the 230 volt model, your white and black are both going to be your hot legs. So you're going to supply one hot to the white, one hot to the black, and then you're going to have your green be your ground. You do not need a neutral leg for a 230 volt 2-wire pump like this. Now, if you get stuck and the system isn't working upon startup, we have a very helpful video right here that goes through all the steps that we go through to troubleshoot a pump issue. And if you follow those steps and watch that video all the way through, I guarantee you'll get your pump up and running in no time. This is a very, very reliable pump. We've sold thousands of these, of this type of pump for over a decade, and I can count on one hand the number of failures that we've had in that time. They're really durable, powerful pumps that are perfect for your water tank and cistern application.